Canola School on RealAgriculture.com is brought to you by Alberta Canola Producers Commission, SAS Canola, and Manitoba Canola Growers.
We're here at Scott, and it's I guess it's a crop diagnostic school today, and we're with Julie Soroka. Now, we talked last year quite a bit about the biology of Swede midge. Let's get an update on the prairie provinces. There are traps in all three prairie provinces?
That's correct, Debbie. We have traps in Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, and one or two in the Peace River Valley of northern British Columbia. So we have a network of traps over the entire canola growing area.
And what are they looking like so far?
So far, the numbers of Swede midge are low, and they are centered in the area where Swede midge was found previously, so the northeast of Saskatchewan. We have had Swede midge-like midges found in several traps across the prairies, but further inspection and, in one case, identification from our National Identification Service in Ottawa has shown that these have not been Swede midge. So to date, the traps indicate that the Swede midge distribution area is centered in the northeast of Saskatchewan, and it has not spread much to other areas.
Are we seeing symptoms in any canola fields?
Yes, we are. The symptoms are just now appearing. This is in the last trimester of July. Last year we saw symptoms much earlier, the beginning of July, but I believe the emergence of the first generation of adults this year is later than it was last year. This year the numbers and the timing of the midge occurrence is much similar to what we saw in 2012, where damage is occurring as the main raceme has developed, is developing, and is heading towards maturity.
Do we know why this difference between the years?
It may be a weather. It may be weather related. 2013-14, the winter was in many areas much more severe than in 2012-13. There was frost penetrating lower in the soil profile. We had freeze-thaw cycles, and midge, as they overwinter as prepupae, are very vulnerable to weather fluctuations in the soil.
So where are we at with in terms of finding out how to control these insect pests?
To date, we have not found anything that will effectively prey upon or parasitize Swede midge here in Canada. There are pesticides registered, but probably cultural control should also be considered, and by that I mean crop rotation will have a great influence on this pest. Swede midge is a very weak flyer. It will not fly far from the site where it overwintered. So if you do not have canola very close to where you grew canola last year, you should be able to stop the spread to a great extent that way. As well, seeding early will help the crop escape damage. The earlier the crop is infested by Swede midge, the more potential there is for crop loss. So early seeding, the crop will escape damage in time. This is a pest that requires a lot of work on the prairies. We've just found damage from it within the last, this is the third season now. So we need to know, we need to have a better idea of how many generations there are a year here, and we need to know what environmental factors influence it. So we have a system of traps sent to cooperators and agrologists throughout the West, and we certainly need this similar level of cooperation, and I would like to thank everyone for sending us those traps. So yes, next year we will need your help again.